Neck. Neck is not what it once was, you know. Neck surgeries and so forth and so on. Yeah, man, been through it. Gotta keep it loose still. So it be. Anyway, greetings, people. Wagwan. This evening, I decided to sit down and have a conversation with you on various topics or whatever comes to mind. But the first thing that actually comes to mind, the first thing that my mind ran on was, I was having this conversation with this young man, and he was asking me, you know, what type of woman I like. And I don't know why, but he had me thinking. Like, I really had to think about it. What type of women do I like? Or what type of woman do I like? And it's complex. It's not that simple. Because I've been around for a little while. I've dealt with different type of women, different looks, different mentalities, different standards of living, different moral codes. I've been there. Not like that, but I'm just saying, I've seen a different variety. I've been around a different variety. And for me, what really gets me, as a man that is been around for a little while, let me sit up. Let me sit up. Yeah, for a man that's been around for a while, what really gets me is a confident woman. She has to be confident. A woman that is driven. She has to know what she wants and is a go-getter. A woman that is strong, physically strong. I don't like a weaky woman. Listen, nothing against the petite little, softy, delicate women. There's nothing against those. Nothing. I like a petite woman too. She can be petite, but she gotta have a little spunk to her. Because I'm physical. And I don't want, when I touch, it's like, oh, you're hurting me. No. I'm gonna grab sometimes. I'm physical. And I don't mean nothing by it, but that's just who I am. And I realize that about me. Without me even realizing it, I am that. I am physical. Anyway, so I need a woman that's kind of, you know what I mean? She don't have to be big. I don't want a big brolic that can take me type. No. Because I need it to be a bit soft too. I don't want it by too hard. I need a soft woman also. She gotta have a little softness to her. You know, something squeezable. I like squeezable. Yes, I do. I do like squeezable. Anyway, so, and she gotta have like some good ways about her. She has to be kind. She gotta be a loving person. She gotta be considerate. You know what I mean? She gotta have, like I said, good moral standards about herself. Listen, we all do dirt. We all have our bad ways, but I'm talking like, for the most part, like the 80-something% of her, 90% of her has that good inside of her. You know, a little 10 or a little 5 of some, you know what, some of that negative little edginess, the little spunk, the little feistiness, the little get in your face. I can deal with a little 5-10% of that. But 90% you have to be this great person. She listens. Not that I want to tell anybody what to do, because I listen too. But you don't want to have somebody that you cannot have a conversation with if you see them going down a certain path, about to do something, about to make a certain decision, and you cannot say, babe, stop. No, listen. That's not the way to go. If you cannot do that and she stops and listens to what you have to say, then that's not somebody that you even want to be with. Because anything that she gets into, you're going to get into it, and vice versa. You see, it's a team thing. It's an equal thing. We pull and push. We help each other. We're in it together. It's a team effort. So whatever I want for you, I want for me. And it should be the same way. Whatever she wants for herself, she wants for me. So I hope that she wants a whole lot of good, a little edginess in between. I get it. Because we're human beings. All of us have our little thing about us. You know? That's what it is. So you cannot expect no perfection. You cannot expect that there's not going to be things that, okay. Because there are going to be things about me that you might say, okay. But it's not overboard. That's what you got to make sure. It's not overboard. It's not too much. It's not, oh, you just love fighting. Every weekend in the club fighting. Every other day you're on the corner, you and somebody getting into a fight, you're ready to stab somebody, ready to shoot somebody. Nah, it ain't nothing like that. You know, you have a little edge where, okay. There are times when there's certain things that I want to do that I want to do. And whether you want to do it or not, I'm going to do it. So they have to have that certain type of respect where I was, okay, it's not no disrespect, but I'm my own individual, you're your own individual, so you want to do certain things and you want to do it, that's fine. I should understand, you should understand, because it's always respect, it's always an understanding, it's always communication. And you have to understand that every person that you're ever going to be with or in contact with or around, they're their own person. They're going to have things that they want to do for them. So you got to respect that and hope that they have to respect when you have things that you want to do for you. That's the only way it works. And then there are things that you all do together. You understand? So that's how it is. We have our separate lives, but always respectful of your mate or person that you're seeing. Then you have the life that you all have together. That's how it works. So yes, so she has to be that. She has to be a person that has her own thing going on and is strong within herself, that if I'm not around, you know, she's okay with it. Not thinking that the worst is going on over here, or if she's not around, you're okay with it. Not thinking that she's out there doing all kind of manner of stuff with her girlfriends and so forth and so on. We hear the stories. You know, we guys do our thing, girls do their thing. So you got to understand it's an individual thing. You cannot take what you hear 10 guys in the village did or 10 guys on the block did. That means that the 11th one is going to do it. There's nothing wrong with keeping your eyes open and ears open. But you cannot just judge a person based on what everybody else did. Because we're all individuals. You know what I mean? We all can be in the same room. Everybody is smoking, everybody is drinking, everybody is doing whatever else. And there's one or two people in there just chilling. So that's how it is. You always take everybody as an individual. Always as an individual. You know what I mean? That's the best way to live in life. Not judge people based on what other people prior did. Or other people currently doing in their circle. You know what I mean? You just keep your eyes and ears open and pay attention. And everybody will reveal who they are. As long as you're paying attention, you'll see it. It's only when we're not paying attention, certain things slide by us. And even when we're paying attention, sometimes we're just not aware, or we're just not on that vibe. We're just not looking from that angle. So we don't see certain things. But it's okay. Because as we live, we learn. That is life. You don't know everything all at once. Every day we're learning. Every day you see new things. Every day experiencing new things. That is life. And that's the beauty of life. You know what I mean? Every day, every second going forward, we're making history. Because we wasn't there before. This other second is history. It's history. We're just making history. That's why you got to look at this life. Every second going forward, you're making history. So do something with it. Understand what life is. Understand what value that you're supposed to hold with your life. Do things that make you happy. Do things that you just... Listen, man, at the end of the day, I can say, yo, I experienced this, I did this, I was amongst these people, I had these kind of conversations, I made this type of love, whatever it is that you do, make sure it's good stuff that feeds your soul, feeds your spirit, stuff that enlightens you. Very important up here. Constantly learning, constantly elevating. That's what this is about. Just staying at one level makes no sense. We hear all the time. It gets boring. You gotta elevate. New stuff. Oh! Wow! Everywhere you turn is a different thing you're learning. You get exposed to something different. Opens up your mind again. Boom. That's what life is about. I know we like the on the corner, just on the corner constantly, but understand, the world is bigger than the corner. The world is bigger than the corner. You're on the corner, you know the same people, you see the same people coming from work, you see the same people going to the store, you see the same people going to the supermarket, it's the same restaurants on the corner, it's the same barber shop, it's the same cleaners, same chicken spot, whatever it is. Just leave and go somewhere else. You see so much other things. You get exposed to so many other things that is like, okay, wow. Then you go over to another area. You get exposed to something else and you just keep on growing and growing. You leave the country, go to another country. That's another thing. Travel. We black people don't travel enough. We stay in our little box, our little... No. Venture out. Travel. Go out the country. Go to another state. Another village. Another community. Another area. Just travel. Jump on the bus. Jump on the train. Take a different route. And just get off at a certain stop. Jump in your car. Drive to a different state. Drive to a different area. And get out and just enjoy. But make sure you're safe. Make sure you're safe. We know that the world, how it is. We know there's certain areas that you have to be careful. So let's always think. Let's be smart. We're not trying to be no heroes. We ain't afraid of anybody. We're not no punks. I get it. But if you can avoid it, you avoid it at all costs. Because we're all trying to live. We're all trying to grow. We're all trying to be here for our families. We're all trying to have an experience that God extended to us. God gave us this for us to have this experience that he called life. And the journey that through this life cycle that we have. And it's one life. There's no doing over. There is no doing over. So we're going to do as much as we can do. Because after a while, we ain't going to be able to do no more. It's done. Jah gonna say, come home. And when Jah say, come home, we don't know when that is. It can be right now. It can be tomorrow. It can be 10 years. It can be next week. You don't know. It can be this minute, this second. You don't know. Understand that. You don't know when you're going to die. When you're not going to be here anymore. So every day live. Every day do something of importance to you. Do something that's going to enrich your life. Do something that's going to make you really live and see what this experience of life on earth is. Or life in this universe is. That's what this is about. This is not about us just sitting in this little box and just staying there until we die. No, this is about the earth is actually yours for you to explore. Get into new things, new adventures, meet new people, go new places, elevate the mental, elevate, understand that this is what this life is about. So live this life. I know I'm going on a tantrum, but that's just the way I am. It comes to me and I speak. You understand? We started out what kind of woman I want, but yeah, she got to be down with all this too. She got to understand that life is about the experiences that we have, the wonderful ones. We're going to have some bad ones. But we got to set out and understand that you control your own life journey. You control it by your decisions, by your choices, by the people you hang with, by the things you do, by the things you don't do. It's all on you. So once you understand that, you're going to try to do as much wonderful things for you without hurting others. That's the key. You cannot think that you're going to do all these wonderful things, but you're stepping on everybody else's head. You know what I mean? Backbiting people, backstabbing people, doing all type of manner of evil to get to where you want to go. No. You got to get to wherever you want to go by, working friendships, partnerships, just observing what somebody has did, the good, the bad, the ugly from their journey, and learn from it, and then make your steps, make your moves. But if you think that is just about taking advantage of somebody else or using other people to get where you want to go or what you want, it's not going to be fulfilling. You might get to a certain level, but after a while you're going to be empty. That's why sometimes you see these millionaires and billionaires and people that they think have so much commit suicide because they're not happy. They're not balanced. Another thing, mental illness. There's so many of us walking around suffering this terrible thing, mental illness. And because of the communities that we grew up in, although we hear about it, lots of us never go to get the help that we need. So we walk around suffering. We walk around angry. We walk around depressed. We walk around just hating the world, hating ourselves. So our behavior, it comes out in our behavior. We exhibit so many maladaptive behaviors because we have no balance. We have no stability in our minds, our brains. It's because of so many different things. Our environments, where we got exposed to, what was done to us, what we did. It messes us up. What our parents did, what our parents did not do. What the neighbor did, what the neighbor did not do. What we saw. That's very important. Understand that the things that we go through, just how we live. The environments in which we live in, where we live, the way we live in these communities where there's so many people and it's not much. So there's so many people that it's tense, it's anger, it's resentment. As soon as I see some person have something, some people start resenting them. Not understanding, no, we all have our own lanes. The same way that person did whatever he did or she did to get what she is getting or he is getting, you find your lane and do your thing. That's how God did it, you know. That's what we don't understand. That's how Jah did it. That's how the creator, whoever he or she is, or it is, whatever it considered for you, you know, because I know how it is with the religion and all that. Like I said, I don't believe in a religion. I know that there's somebody greater than us that created all of this. We call it God or Jah. I don't know what you might call, but respect whatever it is that you call. You understand? But yes, it's all about understanding that, listen, we are put here for a certain time. We don't know how long that time is. But while you're here, amongst the people, you do well. You do good. You take care of everybody. You take care of your whole community. You show love. You show respect. You have conflict. You try your best to get rid of it before it gets to a certain place. Because it can go far. And we see how far it goes. We see how many kids are getting killed in the streets because they haven't gotten to that place where, as they know, it's okay, brother. I come with love. I'm no threat to you. Whatever you got going on, that's you. Respect to that, big man. I don't want no parts of your stuff. That's you. I'm no threat to you. I don't want a cut off your corner. I don't want whatever it is that you got going on. That's your thing. I got my thing going on. all I ask of you is, same way I respect you, respect me. And if you don't, it's cool. I'll just keep it moving until I can't keep it moving anymore. But I don't want to get to that point because I'm a grown man and I understand these things. It can go badly very soon, very quickly, like that. I got loved ones. You got loved ones. We don't want to do that. So that's how we live amongst each other, with love and harmony and respect and understanding that, yo, we all come up short from time to time, but still respect each other. Let's not kill each other. Let's not kill each other, man. Like I said, listen, I'm no gangster. I'm no street dude. I live amongst them every day. The worst of the worst, the best of the best, I'm amongst them every day. I know what it is. And the reason I can be amongst them and still be me, this is me all the time. Cool, relax. I ain't got no problems with nobody. Nobody have no problems with me. You know why? Because I carry myself with a certain respect. I respect every man when I meet them. It's up to you to keep it at that level, at 100. But off the bat is respect from the door. And don't disrespect nobody. And if ever I do something that is disrespectful to you and you approach me on it, we're going to have a conversation. And based on that conversation afterwards, you're going to realize. Or if I really disrespected you and I realize it, I'm going to apologize. Even if I didn't realize that I disrespected you after the conversation and you still have an issue, I'm going to say, big man, all right, I got it, no problem. My bad. Because I understand. It doesn't take anything for me to say, my bad. I apologize for that. I'm still me. I'm still that dude. I'm still the same man that I was before I apologized. So to apologize when you hear you're wrong or to ease something off sometimes, it's okay. Be the bigger person. And it's true because it doesn't take anything away from you. If you know, I could say, you know what? My bad, man. My bad. And you know that's going to avoid major stuff. Conflict, gun fight, major stuff. Major stuff. You know this. Don't you think it's the right thing to do to say, my bad. You got it, man. My bad. Because what I understand is this. Every man got their disciples. I'm a humble dude, like I said. But I got dudes that know me, that like me, that is not as humble as I am. But because I'm humble, I know I can't do certain things. I can't get into certain situations because they're going to jump deep into it. And I care about them. I don't want to put them in that. They got children. They got families. But they don't think like that. So I got to think for everybody. And it's not a big deal because I've always been this way. I look at the big picture. Is this worth 6 people on my side getting into some major stuff? How much people on your side who know what's going to happen? Is it worth that? And when you realize 90% of the time, more than 90% of the time, no. Because many a times I have, it's cool, man. No problem. You got it, big man. And I know he is lunch. I know this, but I got to think about it. Okay, he is lunch. Then he got 4 brothers. I see you hang with this one. I know you got some people across. Okay, so I might have to deal with all these people. Now I got my people. Now they're going to have to get involved. Now, when it's all said and done, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, problems, injured, shootings, all kind of stuff. So you have to think. If you really love your people, you know you don't want to put them in those type of situations. Those type of situations is for when, listen, there is no turning back. Somebody violated. This is a go. You know, this is go. Then that's what it is. Yo, we are men. There's certain things they just ain't gonna do and think that is okay. It just ain't happening. That's just how men are. You understand? So because you know that, you avoid as much as possible. I walk away, well, not recently, because I'm a grown man now. Nobody really bothers me. But when I was younger, I still used to walk away from many situations that I knew this dude or these dudes have no chance in hell. But I think about the big picture. I got kids. I got a family. I got people that love my mother, my sisters, my brothers, nieces, nephews, friends that love me. Why am I? It's not just about me. Why am I gonna, because some words was passed back and forth here, or somebody said something, boom, I'm on it. Next thing, all these other people is involved. We have to think and love our people and love ourselves. But we don't love ourselves. Because when you love yourself, that's when you realize, whoop, just like that, it can be gone. Let me respect every man. Give every man respect, because respect is due to every man. And hope that every man see that I am deserving of respect, because I'm going to stand at a certain point and say, okay, enough is enough. But I'm going to take a good amount out of big man. It's not that serious. And it's always a conversation. I understand that talking, having a conversation so many times takes care of so much. But we don't communicate. We don't know how to speak to each other. So even when the rowdy, I'm the first to be like, big man, I come in peace. I come in peace. I come in peace, big man. And very soon, they realized, let's talk. Yo, big man, let's just talk. And say what you got to say, I say what I got to say. Listen, understand, I will never come at a black man in any kind of way like that, just because. It's just not me. Any man, for that matter, or woman, I'm just not coming at somebody just like that. And if you do something that is offensive, is something that bothers me, I'm going to say, yo, can I have a conversation with you? And I'm going to talk to you. I'm never going to come at you in no kind of way like, yo, but no. That's when you don't know better. That's when I was younger. That's when I was a juvenile. That's why when I see these young people doing the things that they're doing, although I don't really like it, but I understand it, because I understand there's levels to this. I understand that at one point I did some ignorant stuff. And although older people used to say, don't do this, don't do that, I went through it and I did some ignorant stuff. The only thing was, and that's why I strongly believe that parents or even OGs in the neighborhood or whoever, any adult in the neighborhood, still take a little opportunity to speak to these young people. They might not always listen and they might be rowdy and whatever, but listen, if they grew up in your community, there have to be some adult in there that can pull them to the side on a one-on-one. Don't do it amongst them friends, because they all think that they got to defend something because their friends are around. You're making them look bad in front of their friends or whatever. On a one-on-one, just pull them to the side and say, let's have a conversation, big man. And you never down them. You have to let them know you understand where they're coming from. Because you too used to shoot your gun. You too was a stick-up kid. You too was selling drugs. You too used to go over to the other side and do your bullshit. You did it. But you understand that, listen, that always leads to somewhere bad. So guess what? Let's eliminate those 10 years of the bullshit, so you can have 10 more years of good stuff. Just imagine how you can elevate. Imagine if you started on the good road 10 years prior to when you actually started. So instead of going to 10 years of a bunch of crap back and forth to jail, shootouts can't come out your house, got ops here, ops there, doing this, doing that, can't walk down the block, can't. You know how it is. You know it is in the streets some places. Instead of that, just imagine if here we have these young people understanding that, listen, first of all, none of these blocks are ours. We don't own none of this. Some time ago, friends, family members had beef in some areas and something happened, and year after year, generation after generation, now we have this situation. I am hoping that I can see, because it happens. There's some areas, after a while they get together and say, yo, listen, man, enough has been done, enough damage. We have killed enough people. We just keep killing each other, and for what? And there are areas that has been squashed stuff and everything has been good. And I'm hoping to see that happen more. Because it can happen, but we have to get people to understand, listen, we all come short of the glory. We all mess up. We all do some mess up shit in our lifetime from time to time. Some of us take lives, some of us steal, some of us, you name it. Every sin, every bad thing in the book, somebody have done it. Multitude of people have done it. We all have done some crazy shit. That's just facts. No, anybody, your mother, your grandmother, your sister, your brother, the pastor, the preacher, at some point, to whoever, all of us have sinned. All of us has come up short at some point. So when you understand this and understand that God, Jah, understands that we're not perfect, but all he asks is that we try every day. When he hear we do something wrong or we mess up and we catch ourselves, we're supposed to stop and say, damn. All right, I ain't doing that again. And sometimes we keep on doing it, but you gotta try. You gotta try. And the trying is for you. It's not for your mom, not for your sister, not for your brother. It's for you, because in life, you're gonna reach to a place, or at least I hope, you reach to a place where you understand that just being a good person, being able to live wonderfully amongst my people, my loved ones, in my community, and don't have any issues, don't have to look over my shoulder. It's a beauty. I know that will never happen for some of our people, unless they move out from the areas that they're in, and even then, it's so embedded in them. That's why we need therapy. That's why we need to see therapists. We need therapy. Listen, we're damaged, man. And this is no bullshit. A lot of us in our neighborhoods are damaged. Our children are damaged. We are damaged. Our parents were damaged. Our grandparents were damaged. So generation after generation of damage. And the drugs in the communities and the hardships. That's why some of the things happen, or some of the things that we're exposed to it because of those things. So you have to want more for yourself and better for yourself, and understand, I have to get the help that I need so that I can fix some of the stuff that is going on upstairs. Because the way we think, the way we look at life is because of where we come from and what we've been through, what was done to us, what we had to do to survive. So understand, it's not normal. It's not normal to just want to hurt somebody. It's not normal to think that everybody's trying to hurt me. It's not normal to think that I gotta get them before they get me. It's not normal. But lots of us grew up like this. Because that's the reality. That's what we had to deal with. That's what we had to deal with. But understand, try to heal yourself. Get the help. Therapy. Go to therapy. Go to therapy. Black people, it's okay. Brothers and sisters, ghetto youth. Now, you can call on the phone. You can get a therapist on the phone, somebody to talk to. Somebody that can give you ideas. Somebody that can give you tools to learn how to deal with the things that you got going on in your life. The difficulties. Because there are roadblocks up here because of the things that we've been through. We're not reaching our potential lots of times because up here, because of the things that we've been through. Some of the things our parents said to us. Sometimes not even realizing that the things that they're saying to us, because those are the things that were said to them by their parents, or those are the things that they heard in the communities So they thought that that's the way to raise their children. Those are the things that they should say to their children. Calling them out their names, cursing them out, hitting them all kind of ways with anything they could find. I remember back in the days, listen, it's not funny, but it's just as kids we used to laugh. Some of my friends, I remember we used to be talking about what our parents would spank us with. And I had friends that used to tell me that they would get beaten with pots in the head, and we have these wooden spoons we call tontik, we make fungi. Anyway, but he made a wooden spoon. They get beaten with wooden spoon and sticks and all kind of stuff. You name it. Packing, which is the leather off of the tire for the car, and that hit hard. When that hit you, it tearing up your skin. And extension cords. Oh my God. So I was one of the fortunate ones. I didn't get beatings like those kind of beatings. I'm not gonna lie. My family was a little different. I had an uncle that, he used to put it on me, Uncle Joseph. Whoa. To the point where I'm telling you, when this man used to call my name, I couldn't hold my urine. I would pee on myself. I was afraid of this man. Like, terrified. And even those things as a child, these adults don't understand what it does to a kid. You know what I mean? So I grew up with this fear in me for a lot of the adults in my life. And some people say a little fear is good. A little fear, okay, yeah. But not terrified. Where the children are terrified because, it's hell to pay. And I always say I would never raise my children like that. And I don't. Yeah, they understand that, listen, gets to a point where, okay now, don't play yourself. We're going to keep it a certain way. They understand that part. You know what I mean? Don't overstep certain boundaries. We're going to talk. We're going to have conversations. They can speak to me about anything. They can come to me and address anything. But we'll be respectful always. It's always out of love. It's always out of concern. They are my children. They are a part of me. I love them like I love myself. That's what it is. You understand? That's what it is. So, but my parents loved me also, my mom. My dad wasn't really a part of my life. He was there, he lived in the village, but he wasn't really a part of my life like that. You know what I mean? Still, I give him the respect. You know, everybody believed in him like, Daddy and Cat Ballo. The village, like when I was growing up, you thought that he was one of them dudes. He was one of them dudes, I ain't gonna lie. So, anyway, so I grew up in this environment whereas it was rough at times, you know, it was really strict, but that's what it was. And like, no, I can't complain. There were some times or some things that was done that I wish that they had done it differently. But all in all, I was one of the fortunate ones that for some reason, I always said to myself, the things that was done to me negatively that I did not like, I would not do that to my children. And so far, to a certain extent, I have not done it. There's some things that I always said I would never do, and I end up doing it. Although I didn't set out to do it that way, it ended up happening that way. So it happens, you know. But I'll speak about it. I've touched on it, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? My father wasn't in my life, and I ended up, whereas I cheated on my ex-wife and ended up not being a part of my children's life for part of time because of that whole thing. You know what I mean? And all that is on me, you know what I mean? And I had to understand these things. I did not see it going the way it went, and it went bad. It went bad. Quickly, at least for me, because of who I am up here and what I had envisioned. Because I have a kind of way that I see my life, or I try to live under a certain umbrella that I have standards for myself, or the way I see me, or the way I see that it's supposed to be. That's just me. You know what I mean? I see my life a certain way. You might not see it that way, or I see the love that I'm supposed to have is supposed to be a certain way. You might not see it that way. Now I'm learning more that I have to pay attention to how other people of significant seat, because it's not all about me. I'm just in my world a lot of times, I swear. I'm just in my world a lot of times, and that causes issues also. I gotta understand that the people that I'm dealing with, I gotta pay attention more to them and how they see me. And then we can have that dialogue so we have an understanding of each other. Because lots of times there's miscommunication and misunderstandings. What they see is not what it is. What I see is not what it is, until there's a conversation and there's an understanding. So you have to have those. Yeah, so what were we talking about? Oh, young man asks about woman. Yeah, so she has to be strong, an independent person, but not independent, whereas I don't need no man. No. Whereas she's sure of herself. She can stand up and be a woman. And it's not wavered because of this or wavered because of that. She's a woman. You understand? I like that about a woman. Spontaneous. You gotta be spontaneous. And like I said, you gotta be gentle, caring, considerate, understanding. A soft pillow to lay on when I need a soft pillow to lay on. A firm kick in the ass when I need a firm kick in the ass. But always respectful. I respect you, you respect me. Always. Because if you love somebody, you should never be disrespecting them. I don't see the reason to disrespect your loved ones. Even when they do something out of the way. Listen, you get up in the ass, yo, the fuck you doing, man? But you don't have to be like, you're stupid, this and that. No disrespect. You get up in the ass and let them know you fucking up. Or that was just out of pocket. You should never do that again. You get up in their ass, yes you do. But you don't disrespect. And when they get up in your ass, you gotta sit back and take it and listen and see exactly what they're saying to you. And take out what you need to take out from it and let go the rest. We're not supposed to hold grudges against our loved ones also. You're not supposed to hold grudges. If this person is yours, is your dog, is your family, you all have been through some things and you all are riding through this life together, the love and respect should be to that point where y'all, certain lines, certain boundaries we're never going to cross. So we always going to have this at a level that we understand. Here's where we're keeping it. Always. Always. That's with your mom, your sister, your brother, your friends, your girl, your wife, your children, your homeboy, the pastor, the dudes on the block. It's always going to be at a level that we're not crossing a certain boundary. I respect you, you respect me, we keep it like this. It's always love. Everywhere we go, it's love. Love, my brother. That's what it is. Right? So that's what we're looking for with somebody, you know what I mean, a woman that is all these things and can cook. It's beautiful when you have a woman that can cook. I can cook. I can do everything domestic. I can. But as a man still, you love to know that you have a woman that can go in the kitchen and throw down when she needs to. We can share the cooking. You cook some days, I cook some days, we go out some days, whatever it is. But there's nothing like having a woman that can cook. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So, if you got a woman that can cook and do all of the domestic stuff, a businesswoman can go out there and handle her business, but in the household, she's also that. She handle her business. Because as a man, you're supposed to be doing the two also. In the household, you can handle your business, help out with the kids, help out with everything domestic in the house. Out in the streets, you handle your business, work, business, whatever it is out there. And you all share everything and come together and be a team. So that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? That's what it's supposed to be. I know I went off and I said this and I said that. Like I said, I can't help it. That's just the way I am. It comes to me and I speak. And I got this cold and my sinus and the allergies and all that. Last couple of days it's been rough on me. You know, I ain't gonna lie. But today I just felt like sitting down and having a conversation, talking about life. As like I said, this young man popped in my brain. He asked me this conversation, what type of woman. And beautiful. She don't have to be drop dead gorgeous, because it's not all about drop dead gorgeous, but she has to be something that's pleasing to your eye, the individual person. Has to be somebody that's pleasing to you. When you look at her, it puts a smile on your face in some way. There's something about her. She don't have to be drop dead gorgeous. Like for me, I like nice calves. I like legs. I like a woman with a nice body. I ain't gonna lie. Voluptuous, yes. You know what I mean? A little thick here, a little thick there. You know what I mean? You don't have to be tight all over. I know about stretch marks. I'm 51 years old. You know what I mean? But the young people might think stretch marks is bad and all this kind of stuff. Everybody get to it after a certain point. So you understand that, listen, it's not that important. Try to stay in shape. Be active. Go for walks, go running, go to the gym, play basketball, whatever you do. You and your girls have a dancing thing. Whatever you all do to just move. That's important. It good for our joints, our knees, our ankles, and keep us at a decent weight, because you know how our foods are. And we eat some really good enriched foods that honestly we're not supposed to be eating. So I'm about to go in with the macaroni cheese and the potato salad and all those things that we eat, the candy yams and all that stuff. Damn, I sound like an American, right? I've been here since I was 16 years old. The fried fish, the Fuji sal fish, the pepper pot, the red herring, the potato dumpling, the dukkana, and put those in there too. Because I know those too. Because I'm from Antigua. You know that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, the fried plantain, I know about all those. The oxtail, I learned about oxtail up here. Actually. Yes. An American lady took me to a Jamaican restaurant in Brooklyn and put me on to oxtail. I don't know sure I'm going to call her name, so I ain't going to call her name. But, yeah. A lady, first person that ever put me on to oxtail was this young lady that I knew. That I know. Lord, that killed me. But she put me on to oxtail. Took me to this restaurant in Brooklyn. Right, so, but I love to eat. And now that I'm getting old, I'm not even lying. I'm trying my best not to eat as much of the things that I used to eat, because I realize they take a toll on us. They do some damage to our bodies, and it's because of all the additives and preservatives and all the hormones and stuff that they have in the different products that we eat currently, because they say that they cannot grow it organically because it is not producing fast enough. They have the land to do it, but everything is about quick money. So they will put us at risk to make a quick buck. So you have to understand that, and you have to weed through the bad stuff to try to get the best of the bad, because it's all bad. I'm gonna be honest with you, very high percentage of it is bad. Everything they say organic and all this kind of stuff, but the way that they preserve it, or some way, somehow, there's something in it. Lots of the times, I'm not saying all the time, but lots of the times, there's something in it that's still not good for us. So if you're not actually growing it yourself, chances are, who knows what it is. Unfortunately, although you have all these labels. We live in these places where you have all these labels, but trust me, we don't know all what it is. We don't. Yeah, so, as we get older, we try to live better, exercise, eat a little bit better, because if you want to continue living a productive life where is not too much ailments, or is not too too difficult to get out of bed in the mornings and stuff like that. Because like for me, I had back surgery, I had neck surgery, I had double hernia. There are days when it's rough. But once you hear I'm in decent shape, I'm in all right shape now. I'm not in decent shape because I haven't really been doing much. But once I'm in decent shape, it's much easier for me. So that's why I gotta stay active. That's why I slimmed down. Most of my life I was over 230 pounds, big. I have to look back at some pictures and I'm like, golly. But that felt normal to me because I've been that way for so long. All my adult life I'm over 220, 230, walking around, not even realizing. Everybody used to say that, yo, you're so big. And I'm not even realizing that I was. Because now I'm about 180 something right now. And people still think that I'm big. I'm decent, but I'm skinny. You know what I mean? But most of my adult life I've been over 230 pounds. And I had all this locks and all this stuff, you know what I mean? That's why it's Rasta Scotty. Because I am a Rasta, honestly, I am a Rasta inside. I'll always be a Rasta, I think. That's the closest that I see to who I think I'm supposed to be. Just living here, just based on what Rasta is to me. I might ask you what a Rasta is. Rasta is about, when I was introduced to Rasta, the first thing I was told Rasta was about love. That's the foundation of Rasta, love. Love of oneself and love of everybody else and everything around us. Mother Earth, everything. That sounds wonderful to me. So growing up, just being around the Rasta and hearing the different ways they look at life and its togetherness and upliftment and meditation and a higher level of understanding and eating appropriately and finding peace, moving away into the hills and be with nature to find your peace and all this kind of stuff. It is the truth. And you burn your ganja to get a higher meditation. No, it's not all Rasta burn ganja. It's not all Rasta burn ganja. No. But also you can understand that because of the herb, when you burn it and you burn it appropriately, for some people, it does make you relax and give you a level of understanding, level of thinking. Because it happens with me sometimes. Sometimes I'm going through things and relax. Be in my head with myself, one with myself, me and God, me and Jah, having our conversation. And I start seeing things from an angle that I was thinking about this thing for days and could not see it from this angle until I took that moment and start meditate on it. That's for me. And it doesn't always happen like that, because there are times when I'm just walking, no smoking, no nothing, and still I'll figure some stuff out, I'll see stuff a certain way. But it's about a consciousness. You understand? So it puts you in a place where you just be able to be still and be aware of your environments, aware of now, aware of, you see things. So that's what Rasta is to me. You know what I mean? It's not about Selassie's God and all that. Some think that, and to each his own. I cannot say Selassie's God. I cannot say that. I don't know. I don't know who God is. I know there's somebody greater. And because we say that's God or Jah, that's who I say. Whoever the greater, the person that created all this, that governed over all this, that's who I praise. And Mother Earth, because she sustained all this that we know. So give Mother Earth all the glory. That's why we're supposed to take care of Mother Earth. See all this global warming stuff. You know what's so funny? We don't even understand that we're hurting ourselves. You think you're hurting Mother Earth, she's going to replenish herself while you're gone. Because all these things that we're doing and having all this flooding and all this people getting wiped off the earth and all these hurricanes, crazy hurricanes because of all this, is getting wiped off the earth, and Mother Earth just replenish herself. We ain't doing Mother Earth nothing. We're doing ourselves. So go ahead. That tells you how much we love ourselves. by the way we treat Mother Earth. That's your mother. That's who governs us. That's who gives us everything. Life, everything that sustains life, Mother Earth. And look how we treat her. That tells you a lot about us, people, human beings. Ignorance. We don't see the big picture. You have to see the big picture. You got to be in the moment, live in the moment, understand the moment, but you also have to see the big picture. You have to see the big picture. Yes, indeed. Hope everybody is doing well. Good evening. Enjoy life. Do what you need to do. Enjoy life. Do what you need to do. Very important. Live well with the people around you, your community, your loved ones, your family. If it's not nothing major, have those conversations. Stop the beefing in our communities. Stop the gunplay. Every man can pull a trigger. What's to sit down and have a conversation? Let's not do that, big man. Let's not fight, man. You got children, I got children. You got family members. Your mama. I don't want your mama going to no funeral. I don't want my mama going to no funeral. Let's make money together. Let's make money together. Let's build our communities together. Let's show the young children around us. Listen, unity is better than separation and fighting. Unity is better than separation and fighting. So let's unite. Let's respect each other. Your sisters, your brothers. Let's respect each other. Whatever the man is doing is his business. He's taking care of his family. He's not hurting you. He's not hurting nobody for you. And if he's doing some messed up shit, have a conversation with him. That young man, that young lady, take a time out and have a conversation, a real conversation with her. The grown women, you see the young ladies in the community. I know some of y'all are scared to approach them. Young ladies, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even you young men, listen. A lot of these older folks are afraid to approach you guys because, I'm not gonna lie, social media is a part of it. And you guys out there doing some reckless stuff. And your fuse is short in a lot of times. I don't know, it's because of, some of the drugs that we on, mental illness like I mentioned before, but the old people want to have conversations with you. Listen to the old people. Reach out to old, you know what? You do that. Young people, reach out to the old people in the community that you see that look like they're doing something that can give you some good advice. You reach out to them because they're afraid to approach you. So if one of you young people approach the older people, it will catch them off guard and they will feel as if, they're valuable. Because they are. So let's try that. Young people, reach out to the older folks in the community to have a conversation about life. About their past experiences. Things that, the shortcuts that they could give you. The cheat codes that they could give you to life. So that you don't have to make some of the mistakes. People in the business that you want to be in or the business that you're in. Reach out to somebody that's been there 5, 10 years before you, 2, 3 years before you, and have a conversation. Now you don't have to listen to everything that they're saying, but they have things of value that they could add to your journey. Let's take the ego out of this. Let's help each other out. We are one community. The black and brown people, especially I'm talking to. Because we don't understand this. We have to look out for each other. I know I'm rambling on, but these things are popping in my head, so I got to speak on it. We have to look out for each other. Like I said, I see it all the time in our communities, whereas there's so much talent, there's so much but we don't share it because we're scared to talk to each other. That's why I do these videos. That's why I talk. That's why because I'm going to talk to you guys, man, because I want you to know. And I understand that I'm just a regular dude that been through some shit, been there, done that, done some shit, seen some shit, experienced some shit, so I can speak to you. You don't have to listen enough. I always tell you, you don't have to listen, but I hope that you do. I hope I can help somebody. Somebody that's out there that's going through some things, that trying to figure out what to do next. Just always believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Look, anybody that you see is doing anything right now. At one point, they didn't know shit. But they wanted to do it, so they try and learn how to do it and watch others that doing it before them, or people that's doing it along with them, and learn from them. And plus, there's something inside of you that tells you certain things that you need to do. You're going to make mistakes. Mistakes are okay, but just, you still got to do your homework so that the mistakes are not too bad. Okay, you don't want to be some real bad setbacks. You're going to fall. You don't mind the little falls and little bumps and stuff like that. But if you do research, and you pay attention, and you be disciplined, you'll be okay. And love yourself. Love yourself, young people. All people, love yourself. Love yourself, man. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. I'm asking you to do that. Please. Alright? Good night. It's Scotty. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.